Age of Empires 2: The Age of Kings is, in my opinion, the ultimate refinement of the best collection of real-time strategy gameplay mechanics ever made. The gameplay is lovely, and while it may not be my absolute favorite game of all time, it's certainly up there. It only falls short because, to my taste, it takes itself a little too seriously. I think maybe the best thing about The Age of Kings is that it brings history to life in a way which was really entertaining to a young me. Sure, the technologies are remarkably simplistic in general, and the complexities of cultural warfare are simplified down to a single unit and technology for each civilization. But they did their best to try and have that unit be representative. Sure, there's the classics you might suspect, such as samurai being the special unit of Japan, or the longbowmen for England. But they didn't phone it in on trying to teach about the cultural and technological differences between civilizations, despite the technical limitations of the game. The Celts have Woad Raiders, and the Aztecs have Eagle Warriors or Jaguar Warriors to represent how different they were from the Teutonic Knights of the Germans. The War Wagons of the Koreans and the Chuko-Nu of the Chinese highlight the technological differences between them and, say, the Vikings with their Berserker and Longboat. The Vikings have a dude that goes crazy and just hits people with an axe. The Chuko-Nu had a fully automatic crossbow. Let that sink in for a second. I mean, it was stuff like that that really drew me in, and the campaigns took it to a different level. The first game threw around stories like a history textbook might. They were dull, and I hardly played them. But the second, taking a page from StarCraft I assume, told the stories like they were stories. They focused around a single individual instead of a civilization, and told about their lives from as personal a perspective as they could manage. And I learned a lot about some historical figures that otherwise I would have been lucky to get in a single sentence summary in school. Others, I'm sure I would never have heard of, like Rodrigo Diaz, the Castilian knight who became El Cid. And that is one of my favorite stories to come out of medieval Europe, right up there with the time the Crusaders destroyed the predominantly Christian Constantinople because getting to the Holy Land was just too hard. I also might not have heard the stories of the Crusades as told from the perspective of Saladin, the man who led the Saracens in driving the Crusader kingdoms into the sea. Then there are the tales of the battles in Korea and Japan, which were skipped in all of my history classes because I guess I'm only supposed to know about Western civilizations? Or something? My point is, this game is more than just great gameplay. It certainly is great gameplay, of course, but it's also history brought to life. And I don't think the game makers could have aspired to anything more. I have sunk countless hours into this game over the past 15 years, and I suspect I will continue to do so as long as I have a computer that will run it. Which, if you've ever seen my room of computers, may well be until the Earth falls into the sun. By which time, Barbarossa rolling into Jerusalem as the conquering hero whilst pickled in a barrel might stop being funny. Might being the operative word there. Do you have fond memories of the Age of Kings? I don't mean that literally, like you were alive 1,000 years ago or something like that. I mean, well, I guess if you were, then that would still be pretty interesting, and you know what? Interpret that how you like and put your interpretation in the comments below, okay? Like and subscribe and follow the links in the description for more inclusive gaming content. We'll see you next time.